Alright guys, so I went ahead and just filled in my eyebrows, set my eyelids, just to save time for the video. First impressions on this palette. This will be my second look. I do plan to make about 2 more looks just to give you guys more variety and inspiration on what other type of looks you guys can do with this type of palette. And as I've shown you guys before, it is all cool tones right here. Mixed in birch with twig. They are both matte colors. And I will say that I do notice that with this palette that the mattes have more fallback, more fallout compared to the shimmery ones. But it's not as, it doesn't seem like it would be so messy, if that makes sense. Twig is more of a grayish undertone brown compared to birch. Birch is more a little bit warmer, but not too warm. It's, like I said in my previous video, it is like a khaki toned color. Go over those two colors a little bit more with the twig, just so I have more of that grayish undertone, because since this palette does not have as much warm tones, I want it to be more uniform with the cool tones. So I'm going to apply that grayish transition a little bit more than the birch. A smaller fluffy brush. We're going to go in with Dystopian, and that's the deep brown color that's almost close to black. And I'm just going to go ahead and tap my brush into that and deepen my corner. And this time I'm going to wash this color all over my crease as well. I'm just going to go in the outer corners a little bit, tap a little bit more into the color, and work this across my crease just to deepen it up and give it more of a sultry look. Since I'm using a deeper color, the reason why I used a smaller fluffy brush is because I want to be a little bit precise on where I apply the dark color, just so that it's not blown out all the way in my crease and as well as my eyelid, because I want to apply a shimmer color on my eyelid and I don't want it to affect the color of the shimmer color. A bigger, fluffier brush just to blend out the edges. I'm not adding any product yet. I just want to blend out the edges so that there's not that much significant separation of where the eyeshadow ends. Just blow it out. Okay, so I'm going to go back in with birch. Since it doesn't have that grayish undertone, I'm just going to go on the outer edges really light, just to blend out a little bit more of those edges of the eyeshadow. I'm going with teak all over the eyelid. It is sort of like a light brown shimmer color. I'm just going to go ahead and pack it on my brush. I'm not going to wet the brush, so I'm just going to go in. Sort of like tapping and slightly swiping towards the dystopian color. And now I'm going to go back in with dystopian just a tiny bit and just pack it right where those two colors meet, and using that same motion of just tapping and kind of swiping back as well. So for the eyebrow bone, I'm just gonna go in with Fresh, and it seems pretty light for me, so I'm gonna go in really lightly just so I have a little bit of brightness right there. I'm gonna bring it all the way bottom of my brow. Alright guys, so I'm gonna leave the eyes like this for now. I'm just gonna go ahead and apply my eyeliner, my mascara, and some falsies off camera just so I can save time and just finish off the eyes with the falsies and everything like that. So for my primer, I'm gonna go ahead and use Fenty Beauty's Pro Filter primer. So I wanted to try the Makeup Revolution with a few different types of primers. So today it's gonna be this one. I'm gonna go in with the Makeup Revolution foundation. Just apply it all over my face. I'll say one thing about this foundation, it does last a good amount of hours. I ended up getting home that day around 3 in the morning, and it was still there, guys. It didn't break up around my nose or anything like that. I did just blot my face one time because it's just a habit. But other than that, my face did not look like an oily mess. It was just set and didn't budge or anything like that. My concealer, I'm gonna go in with the Maybelline Fit Me concealer. Haven't used it in a while, just wanted to go ahead and reuse it just so I can put use to the products that I have. I'm just go like that. I'm just gonna put it in the inner corner and then I'll blend it out. I'm going to go in with my Too Faced Ethereal powder just to set everywhere where I applied the concealer. And I'm going to use the Real Techniques Micro Sponge, Beauty Sponge. And I'm going to use the sponge dry just to set everywhere. For the rest of my face, I'm going to go in with my MAC Pro Longwear powder in dark just to set the whole face with a big fluffy face brush. And I'm going to work it into the skin, bounce it onto the skin, and not do that much swiping, just so that I know that the product is getting pushed into the screen and I'm not going to move anything under. For my bronzer, I'm going to go ahead and use the Morphe Bronzer in Vlogger. I'm going to go ahead and sweep both colors together. And this time I'm going to try to go a little bit lighter because I didn't know how pigmented it was when I mixed both of the colors. So just to give myself some color. Now for blush, I'm going to go in with Wet n Wild's Mellow Wine. Just super lightly, just 2 taps I think is all I need because this is really pigmented. So for the highlighter, I'm going to go ahead and use the 24 karat Skin Frost Pro palette from Jeffree Star. And I think I'm going to go in with King Tut and Sarcophagus, just really lightly. Go in with Twig, just tap it onto the brush and stamp it on my lower lash line. This, I think I want to add a little bit color, so I'm going to use that Bloom color, which is this gorgeous corally pink color right here. Sweep it over that twig. So for the inner corner, like the tear duct area, I'm going to go in with that cyborg color, which is just that shimmery silver color, and I'm going to bring it down to the lower lash line as well as work it up to that teak color. X Whirl lipstick. It's like a good go-to neutral color. And I'm now going to use a lip liner. There you guys have it. This is my second look with the Sultry palette. I am going to try to make a few, I want to say about 2 more eye looks with this look, just to give you guys more inspiration on how to use this palette. Maybe you look at this palette and you're just like, what can I do with this game? Or if it doesn't catch your attention, maybe you know, your girl, me, I can give you guys a little bit of inspiration on what other looks you guys can do. So hope you guys did like it. Make sure to give it a thumbs up, and also don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and see you guys until next time. Bye guys.